I'm going to show you how to check your battery briefly with a multimeter.
If you have a gasoline engine, then this video is for you. Those of you that may benefit from this video are those that are in a remote situation, can't get booked into a shop right away, only have access to a voltmeter, multimeter.
If you don't have a min-max function on your multimeter, that's okay. You could get an assistant to assist you in viewing the readings on the multimeter while you jump in the vehicle, put it in flood mode, and crank over the engine.
The reason why we want your vehicle to crank without the engine starting is so that the starter will take a draw from the battery, and that'll give us a good indication of if the battery is able to handle that load.
So here we're going to set this multimeter to 20 DC voltage so we could see the 100th digit on the display. I'm going to set the multimeter just between the battery and the cables here, and I'm going to grab my positive and put it to the positive terminal of the battery. We're going to take the negative, the black terminal of the tool, and put it on the negative side of the battery.
This next portion of the video, I'm going to show you how to do flood mode. Most vehicles are capable of going into flood mode, and you could verify this by just putting your foot on the gas pedal to the floor and cranking the engine over and holding it in the crank position. Same as with push buttons, you just hold the push button down and it should crank longer than 3 seconds without starting.
Just the simple step you have to do is put your foot on the gas pedal all the way to the floor, and you just turn the key to crank, and as you can hear, we're not starting.
Ideally, you want your battery to be fully charged before this procedure is carried out to get an optimal reading. You'll notice that the vehicle we're testing on in this video, the battery voltage will start at about 12.2 volts. Ideal voltage is 12.6.
So here we're looking at the current voltage on the battery, and I'm going to go inside and put the vehicle in flood mode and crank the engine over to see what we get for a voltage drop on the battery.
In this portion of the video, we're going to view voltage while the engine is running to verify that the alternator is charging the battery back up.
As you can see, now we're at 14.5 roughly volts, which is great. Voltage reading, which indicates that our alternator is working. It's a quick check anybody could do with a multimeter.
In conclusion, now you can check your battery with a multimeter to kind of give you an idea of, like, hey, my output of my battery is not very strong. Maybe I should bring it into the shop, get it charged up, bring it to a professional, get them to check it out. Or if you're going to want to replace it yourself, in my next video, I'll show you how to use a carbon pile load tester to load test your battery.